The next morning, the Pelican Parade Island was buzzing with excitement. The sun peeked over the sparkling sea, turning the waves pink and gold. Pelita flapped her wings happily. Today was the first big practice for the Great Pelican Parade. "Come on, everyone," Pelita called to her friends. "Let's warm up our wings." Pico stretched his wings wide, way too wide, and toppled over into the sand. "I meant to do that," he said, smiling proudly as the others giggled. Poppy practiced balancing her favorite seashell on her head. It wobbled left, then right, then left again. "Steady. Steady," she whispered. Then plop, the seashell fell off. "Oh, fiddlesticks," Poppy laughed. "I guess my head is too wiggly today." Meanwhile, Puffles stood tall and puffed out his feathers so big that he looked like a round, fluffy cloud. "How's this for parade fluff?" he asked proudly. "You look like you're about to float away." Pelita giggled. The 4 pelicans lined up together and practiced their parade walk. They tried stepping in time. Step, step, wiggle. Step, step, wiggle. But Pico wiggled too early. Poppy wiggled too late. Puffles forgot to wiggle at all. And Pelita wiggled so much she bumped into everyone. They fell into a big, feathery heap and burst into laughter. "Okay," Pelita said, catching her breath. "Maybe we need a plan." The pelicans gathered in a circle, heads close together like fluffy marshmallows. "What if we each do something we're really good at?" Pelita suggested. Pico's beak shot into the air. "I'm great at flying high." "I'm good at balancing," Poppy added, though her seashell immediately fell off again. "I'm good at puffing up," Puffles said. "I can be the parade poof. And I'll lead with the magic sparkle swoop," Pelita declared proudly. The friends cheered. They finally had their plan. So they practiced. Pelita swooped in wide circles, sparkling sunlight flashing off her feathers. Pico zoomed high into the sky, making big loops that looked like giant feathery circles. Poppy practiced balancing things on her head. Seaweed, shells, little pieces of driftwood. A tiny crab even tried to help by stacking things, though it kept pinching the driftwood instead. And Puffles puffed himself up so big that he looked like a giant floating popcorn ball. For hours they practiced, laughing, stumbling, and trying again. Sometimes Pico flew too high and splashed into the water. Sometimes Poppy's balancing items tumbled into the sand. Sometimes Pelita forgot to sparkle and just did a silly loop. And sometimes Puffles puffed up too much and rolled down a hill like a big fluffy ball. But every time something went wrong, they cheered each other on. "You can do it! Try again!" That was amazing. By the afternoon, the friends gathered on a tall rock overlooking the sea. The salty wind ruffled their feathers. "We're getting better," Pelita said proudly. "We're way better," Pico agreed. "We're the best Pelican Parade team ever," Poppy cheered. "We're hungry," Puffles added, rubbing his tummy. They all burst into giggles again. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in bright orange and pink stripes, the 4 pelicans waddled home together, tired from practicing but excited for tomorrow. "The Great Pelican Parade is going to be amazing," Pelita whispered, gazing at the shimmering sea. "And we're going to do it together," Poppy said. The pelican friends nodded happily, their hearts full of joy and teamwork. They didn't know it yet, but tomorrow would bring their biggest adventure of all.